Good morning, CBF family. Pastor Josh here, coming to you a little different setting this morning. Like I told you all, we have moved over now to Newton and are looking forward to getting our house this week. So continue to pray for that situation and pray that all goes well. I wanted to talk to you this morning about something that's a little different. I wanted to talk to you about Islam. And those of you who know, Ramadan started this past Friday, and that's a kind of a big deal, obviously, in Islam. And admittedly, so before we went to Togo, I didn't know a whole lot about Islam, and I was fairly ignorant, I guess, to the religion. And I think that there's a lot of that in the States, really, because we're just not exposed to it nearly as much. But we had to do some studies on the religion, and obviously working in a 95% Muslim town over there in Togo has really changed our perspective on the religion. And so I guess I wanted just to explain a little bit Islam for you, or Ramadan. It's a month of fasting that they're going through right now, and it's one of the 5 pillars actually in Islam. It's the holy month where they fast from sun up till sundown, so all day long there's no food or drink, anything like that. And there are a lot of other things that they fast from as well during that time. But it's really a time where they're actually really seeking Allah to know him and to seek how to live and serve him. And so it actually turns out to be a great time to just be praying for the Muslim world, that they would see the true God, that they would see visions and dreams of Jesus. And we've heard a number of stories. One of our chaplains even has just a great testimony of how he came to know Christ, and it was through a recurring dream that he kept having of Isa al-Masih, Jesus the Messiah. And he finally sought out a pastor who was able to explain the gospel to him, and he ended up giving his life to Christ, and now just does an amazing work evangelizing his people group there and where we're at in Togo. So I think there's a lot of fear, and just mostly driven by ignorance when it comes to Muslim people, and we're not, again, very exposed to them here. But I guess my encouragement to you this morning is to be praying for them this week. We talked a while back in one of the videos about one of the best ways to build our desire for God is to be sharing the gospel, to be sharing our faith. And I think another one that we can do is to get our minds off of ourselves and our own, sometimes little problems and petty things that are, consuming us, and to think about other people, and in this case, another religion. 1.8 billion people in the world, the second largest religion. And one thing I read last night, it said that 1.6 billion people are taking part in this Ramadan fast right now. So I would encourage you to maybe do some looking around and studying and to understand better Ramadan and the fast. There's some great facts out there about it. And then again, I guess the challenge is to put off maybe some of your preconceived notions and things that are in our heads. Like I said, I had the very same thing because I just was, through ignorance, didn't know any better. And so as we educate ourselves, we begin to have a passion for these people who desperately need to hear the gospel. So I want to read a verse. It's from Romans chapter 12 here. Romans chapter 12 verses 9, and this is kind of the challenge. It says, let love be genuine. So our love needs to be genuine. Abhor what is evil and hold fast to what is good. So how do you, it's kind of the old saying of love the sinner but hate the sin. And so we need to be genuinely loving all people, no matter what religion or walk of life they are. So let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal. Be fervent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in tribulation. Be constant in prayer. So patient in trials and tribulation, and constant in prayer. The same themes that we keep seeing over and over. And it goes on to say, contribute to the needs of the saints seek to show hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. And it goes on and on. But just a great passage to really challenge us to make sure that our love is genuine for all people. And I guess that's my challenge for you this week, that as you go throughout this week, please be praying for the Muslim world. And it's not just, a lot of us, when we talk of that, it just comes to 9/11 and the jihadists and the horrible things. But some of my very closest best friends in Togo are Muslim men, and they would do anything for you. They're not horrible people. They're just, in my opinion, seeking the wrong God and seeking the wrong religion. But so love all people. Pray for the Muslim world this month. My oldest son, I think this is his third year where he's done kind of the fast along with them, just as a way, not telling people or, the Muslim friends or anything like that, but just as a way for him personally to remember to pray for our friends and to be, mindful of what they're going through, because it is a big deal, especially if you think in Togo where, the temperatures are insanely hot right now and they're going without food or water through the whole day. So another thing I read, there's a 30 to 50% cut in productivity for jobs and things like that. And that's very real, because it's a kind of a life-altering thing to do during this time. So they don't eat from sun up to sundown, and then after that is kind of feasting. They'll have a huge meal as soon as the sun goes down, and they'll get up early in the morning and have a big meal before the day gets it going. But those are your little Ramadan facts for you today. And again, I just would encourage you to be praying for the Muslim world. So have a great week, and we'll see you again soon.